Alright, so in the previous video we set up the tool library, imported that. We got the setup on the cam cycle accomplished. Now we're ready to make a tool path. So here we go. We're going to use a 2D tool path. This is just the simpler styles of tool path. We're going to want to make a facing cut. Okay, so right now what we're going to need to do is select a tool. Right, it says here we're coming up in a dialog box, tool. We're going to want to click on that to select a tool. Now, if you may want to come over here, and so as an example, we set up mine I just called the Haas demo library. I'm going to click on that, and this is where then you're going to want to click on the library that you created in the last step. Now here it's going to give us a couple options for tools to do that type of tool path. The one we want to select is this 3-inch face mill right here. So I'm clicking on that, go OK. Now notice some of these values changed here and it's specific to this particular tool, and you'll also then notice likely that we had this graphic representing a 3-inch diameter face mill come into the screen here. Now a facing operation is pretty simple in that if we set up our data before, it's going to know, the computer is going to know pretty well what to end up doing. So I'm just going to click through these things here. So this was the geometry and other things we'd actually click off on the shape that we want. We don't have to do that on this one. Again, I'm not going to alter anything. This is heights about where the tool is going to retract to or move to for specific motions, passes. We also won't need to worry about too much on this as well, and linking this will leave as standard. So if we click OK right now, it's actually the machine is coming up with a way to actually machine and remove this material. In our case on this one, that looks pretty good. The amazing thing now is if we right click on setup up here, you can actually come down to this tab, this thing called simulate. So again, what I did here was right clicking on this, come down to simulate, and we get this dialog box here that if we click on stock, it's going to show what stock we had modeled, and then you've got this play icon down here, start the simulation, you can click and play and see what we had just accomplished with this. So pretty cool. So that's a facing operation. So the next one we're going to cover what'll be considered roughing and then finishing passes to make this to make some of these other features.